Hi, and welcome to the first Quick Flick FX video effects tutorial. This tutorial is on how to do simple effects in iMovie if you don't have Adobe After Effects or Final Cut. So, first you're going to need footage of you shooting a gun, because that's the effect we're going to cover today. And of course, iMovie. You're going to need the tutorial files, which includes a one-frame thing of a side, front, muzzle flares, and computer-generated smoke that I've made in After Effects. It also has a gunshot sound effect. So let's get started. So drag your footage into your iMovie composition. And now drag the project files into the iMovie composition except for the shot MP3. And now open up your composition when it has all of the things in it. So, put your footage onto your event. But before we start, we have to go to iMovie at the top, Preferences, and then hit Show Advanced Tools. If that's already selected for you, great, keep it. So, now this is what you're going to have. So, get the footage of the side muzzle flare or the front one, it depends which one you're using. So, and drag it onto your composition. Now, I think my gun shoots right about here. So, click Picture in Picture once you've dragged and dropped it onto the spot you want. And then it'll show in the corner. Now, drop it and scale it to however you want. So I think this is about good. So press Done. Now, it'll only show for a frame, but when you preview it in iMovie, it does that. But when you export it, it'll look like that, more like that. So if you want smoke, go to Share, Export Movie. And now, mine's called Tutorial, so I'm going to export it to there. And I've done this before, so I'm going to hit Replace. We want to add some more realism. So drag it to the tutorial and take your footage with your muzzle flare, drag it back into your composition. You can press OK, delete your footage from before, and you'll have the same exact thing. So now you have the same exact thing dragged into your composition, and take the smoke and drag it right when you shoot your gun, right there. And now press Picture in Picture once again, but the smoke is going backwards for us. So we want to double click it in the timeline and press Video Effect Flipped. So now it's reversed. Export it like we did before. So if we press Export Movie, Export, that's the tutorial one before. You can just press Replace. And you can't move your camera while doing these effects because you can't use keyframes. So let's just preview it. Bam. That looks like a much more realistic gunshot than anything you're going to find in iMovie. So second, if you can do the front-facing muzzle flare. You can press OK to undo if you want to do it. So now drag your original footage back into the composition and take the front-facing muzzle flare and drag about 3 seconds onto your clip. And now find the exact time that you want to be shooting. I think right about there is fine. And press Picture in Picture. Now, I'm going to resize mine to be a little bit bigger. Make muzzle flares a little bit bigger than you normally would think they are. It's just a tip. So now, your muzzle flare will be on top of your footage, and you'll shoot. Now, you can use the smoke again. This is what you're going to do. Again, you're going to export your movie. We can undo our comp over here. Drag the tutorial to your project. Well, not the tutorial, your footage. which is called tutorial for me. So drag it onto your composition, timeline, whatever you want to call it, and take the smoke, but you don't want to start from the beginning. You want to start more from here when you're doing the front-facing smoke. So drop it on top, picture in picture again, and now size it up a lot, make sure it's touching the top, and hit done. So to add the sound effects is the next step. Okay, now for the sound files. So to make your gun actually sound like it's shooting, take the shoot.wav file that I supply in the tutorial and drag it right on top of your muzzle flare. Now this clip doesn't have smoke because I didn't want to edit again. Export. So you're going to notice that it goes twice, but just trim it so it sounds like this. But it's a little too much, so you just got to experiment. Okay, that's good. So that's the tutorial on how to make muzzle flashes in iMovie. If you want to see more of these iMovie tutorials, comment, subscribe, do whatever. So thank you for watching, and bye.